What's up, motherfoxers? Well, the car runs. Now what? Alright, so now we're on to the boring stuff. I got a fix coming for this whole thing. Hopefully it works. First, this is going to be the dash. I got a couple of gauges. And here you see over there, we're bench bleeding this thing because it's got no brakes. I mean, the car is ready to drive because it needs to drive to learn, but you kind of need to stop. So
It didn't have brakes before.
well, you could actually slow it down, but now it don't have any brakes. There's no fluid in the lines, probably. Well, there might be some, but these jokers, guys, if I haven't explained this before, this is a 93 Cobra brake booster. I put that on there. It was a 4-cylinder booster because it's a 4-cylinder car. I guess you can still use that. From what old Ford Blue Gauge told me, you can. I don't know how, but all they did was slap on 4-wheel disc brakes and said, we're good to go. No. You got to gut the piston, that little piston and spring out of this thing and then cap it. You probably, I don't know how you can use a 4-cylinder brake booster, but you'd at least have to get a bigger one, I think. This is a 93. And of course we got the 93 master cylinder. And then these ding-dongs never put a proportioning valve for the back brakes on it. So we got this. We'll get on here. These are loose. We sprayed that with like PB Blaster several times in the last few months.
That's free.
Yeah, I know, and it came free, so we got to do that. But here's my fuel gauge here. And
Fuel gauge?
so, if you've seen my short, this thing is charging now, and what I didn't know, and who told me? Justin. So I went out there to my little group of friends there and was talking to him, and I said I just can't figure out why it's charging. He says there's a trigger wire in the dash that has to tell the alternator to charge. I was like, oh. Didn't even think or know about that. So all I did was type into Google 89 Mustang cluster wiring diagram, and boom, one popped up with all the number codes and everything. It was a, I think, what is that? I can't see it right over there. Is that a light green and red stripe wire? So I plugged into that, gave it some power, and it started charging. So we got that fixed. And that's what I'll be doing here with all these wires, just tapping them for everything I need for my turn signals. And I mean, is there a better way of doing it? Tell me, because otherwise I don't know. I'm going to do it this way. And when I get this little blank dash thing here, I'm hoping there's enough room to put the bus bars behind here. I need the thing about these glow shift gauges. Where's right here? Every single one of them have 4 wires that are standard. Power wire, which powers the gauge. Ground wire, obviously. Illumination wire, which I could give 2 shits about. You're supposed to put that to your dimmer switch and it dims with the dashes, but I never mess with that anyway. And then there's the memory wire. All that does is keep the color you're using in there. Thing that's a little button here, you can change it to whatever color. It just keeps it on, keeps that so when you turn on you're not having to change back whatever color you want, you know. So that's the thing. So I gotta have 3 blocks of a bus bar in here. I found one with 2 and I got one with 1. If I can't mount them there, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how long it's going to be before I get that in there. I got to do some more work to this thing. But, and the back seats will not be going in here just because I haven't figured out what I want to do as far as covering them. Because, you know, they're painted. And these things, man, if you guys haven't seen these, I bought these a couple years ago for 80 bucks. I don't like the regular flat seats in these cars are hideous. I hate them. I think they're ugly. I'd rather have a 79 no headrest freaking seat than those things. I love these sports seats, and there ain't nothing wrong with that one, and this is the only thing wrong with this one. And these are Halos, 80 bucks. Right now we're gonna get the brakes, and I gotta get that headlight harness all taken care of. There's not much to do to this. I just gotta pull the wires out of the sleeve here, and then find some place to put the ground wire. Where's that? Right here. You know, because that used to be up here, which is a dumb place for it. Let's show everybody wiring. It's so stupid. And that's I gotta stick somewhere, and then get it all buttoned up. But that's it. If we got brakes, we can drive it. Somebody told me to drive it without the front end on it. I did that with a black cherry bomb I used to have. But
Get lucky, pull out the driveway and a county cop go by and pull you over.
Yeah. But, yeah, then I gotta tear this all apart because of the far. And I got one mismatched wire here. I don't know if this is the same size or not. Brake bleeding to come. Alright, there we are. Ready to get it on the ground and bleed it. And they don't have brakes and you can actually drive it. We'll see how this works out though. I don't know what else those hillbillies left hidden in the brake system for us either. So, but we're going to bleed these out and see if we get brake pressure. Alright, there's some pathetic looking disc brakes. I don't think they've ever worked. Let's see if whatever we can do can make them work. I have my doubts, but you put fluid through them, maybe they work. We got one side done. Fluid's moving. You might get brakes. We'll see. Too early to call. We got no emergency brakes. Those cables are just hanging down there.
They're zip tied.
Yeah, we gotta, I guess, I don't know. When you do this, you gotta do some funky stuff to that thing down there. You gotta cut a piece out of it and whatever. But I almost never use those. So they do come in handy from time to time. Well, this thing's got brakes. Pedal feels good. Shoot, it felt good when we just bled one brake. Had more brakes than it ever had. With just bleeding one, we had to make a trip for some bleeders, of course. And then I came over here. We got the bump steer here. It was up, and we shimmed it down. It's supposed to be level. It looks a little up, but that's all the shims I got with that. So, and they're all up on top, pushing it down. So that's as probably good as it's gonna get. But
oh, it's all front end alignment.
yeah, front end alignment and whatnot. But now it can actually be driven. But it's got all the stuff I gotta take care of this yet. I'm gonna start pulling this apart, and I think my ground will just end up here. Cause that is if you guys don't know, that is a hell of an awesome ground on a Fox body. This is a hefty piece of metal here. It's gonna ground. That's where everything goes to. And I had to put that fuse on there. So China happened again. Look at that. Snap that sucker right. I hadn't even gotten to tighten it. It just started to, get tight and it just snapped. So, yeah, there's that breaker. That's just a piece of shit now. But I don't know if you can actually take that out of there. I don't know how it's hooked into that thing. I don't know if it's just on a lead or whatever.
Oh, God.
okay, that's it, guys. That's really all I got for you this week. So, I know, I'm thinking maybe this will be a quick video. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, we got the alternator charging. We know why now. And we got the brakes working on this car. So it runs and has brakes, just no front end. We aren't going to get this bumper on. We still got to bend that damn thing. It's going to take a little oomph. You know, and of course the other thing is that dash. I can't do anything with that interior till I get that dash and see what kind of room I got. As soon as I do that, then we can start going in with, you know, the interior and whatnot. But I mean, I got the lights wired up as well, and here, I can show you. I mean, turn signals don't work, but flashers do. So where's my switch? There we go. There you go. See, lights are all working, just no turn signals. So, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm just waiting for that loom to get here, and I didn't expect. I thought I had some, but apparently not. So, but yeah, and but we got. I'll leave you with this story. This is funny. So we're doing the brakes. Of course, you know, with brakes, when you bleed them, you start furthest from the master cylinder, so passenger rear, driver rear, passenger front, driver front. So we're over there, and he's over there bleeding them, so I'm pumping them. First time, we did them 3 times on each thing. First time, he goes, "You got a pedal?" No. He's like, "Huh, let's do it again." He goes, "You got a pedal?" I said, "I think slightly I'm getting one." Did it a 3rd time, and I said, "Yep, definitely, just a little bit." And he's like, "Well, not a lot of fluid came out of there." So he was kind of skeptical. So then we did the other one, and same thing, except the second bleed, we got a pedal. And I told him, "We got a pedal." He goes, "Really? Hardly any fluid's coming out of here." We got a pedal, you know. Then he did the 2 front, and we had full pedal. Full pedal. He's like, he goes, "I don't know, a lot of, you know, there wasn't a lot of fluid coming out of there." I said, "Well, tires are off. Let's do it again." So we did it again. I said, "There's a full pedal." He goes, "I don't get it. There's not a lot of fluid that came out of there." We want air out of there, not fluid, but anyway. And I said, "Look, this car has been throwing us curveballs every time we turn around. The one thing something goes the way it's supposed to, you want to think there's something else wrong. When it's fixed, it's got a pedal." I said, "Accept it and move on." I didn't have big expectations going into this, but as soon as we got a little bit of a pedal, I said, this car's going to have brakes. This car is going to have brakes. Thanks for watching. Later.